Oh my god, I've read so many books this year. So many books. Welcome back, book nerds. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. This is my list of all the books, good or bad, that I read this year so far. It's December 7th, and I am in the middle of a book. I will add that one to the list too. So let's start. Shadow of the Gods, John Gwynne. Fantastic book. I absolutely loved it. Great epic fantasy book. Winter Keep, Christine Cashore. She just put out Sea Sparrow. Winter Keep was just okay. I'm really looking forward to Sea Sparrow. Hopefully she redeems herself. Number 3, Skyward Flights. This is all the novellas that Brandon Sanderson and Jancy Patterson wrote for the Skyward books. I really enjoyed this. It was well done. Okay, next we have my Stormlight Archive reread. So even though I have read these books before, but I read them again this year. So we're adding to like Way of Kings and Words of Radiance and Oathbringer and Rhythm of War. So there's 4 books. Okay, that takes us to number 8, The Blade itself, Joe Abercrombie. Yeah, I just started reading him. This year was the first book of Joe Abercrombie that I read. Dark fantasy. So good. The Blade itself. Can't wait to get back to that series. Okay, next, the Jade City Greenbone Saga. I've read all 3 books. Jade City, Jade War, Jade Legacy. Oh, they're so good. The Greenbone Saga is amazing. I read them all this year. Next, I read Hunger of the Gods, Book 2 in the Bloodthorn Saga of John Gwynne. Oh my god. This book was so amazing, and it has one of my favorite fantasy characters, Orca. So good. Okay, number 13, we are at the Poppy War Trilogy. I read all 3 of these books. Fantastic. The Poppy War, The Burning God, The Dragon Republic. Great books. Okay, number 16, The Sword of Keigen. Fantastic book. I just went and backed the special edition for Kickstarter. I can't wait to get that book. Sword of Keigen. Great young adult fantasy story. It's got great tropes, done so well. It's just, it's action packed from start to finish. This was a independently published book, and it's like the mark of what every indie author wants to hit. Such a good book. Okay, number 17, In the Shadow of Lightning. This is the author of the Powder Mage trilogy. Brian McKellen. So good. Fantastic series. Fantastic book. Can't wait for more from this author. Okay, number 18, Book of Night. This is a book that I really didn't enjoy very much. This is her first delve into adult fantasy. Holly Black was an YA author, very good YA author, I should say, but this book just missed the mark for me. Number 19, Babel. Oh, God. Babel, R.F. Kuang. Fantastic. I loved Babel. I will recommend this book till the day I die. Number 20, The Girl Who Drank the Moon. This is a children's grade book. This was really well done. I really enjoyed it. It was a good book. It wasn't amazing, but it was good. Okay, the next 2 is the same series, Realmbreaker and Bladebreaker, and I really didn't like this series. This is the author of Red Queen, and Red Queen is one of my favorite books. I love Red Queen, but she never hit the mark again after she wrote that book. I'm sorry. I know there's people who are not going to agree with. Number 23, Fury Song. This is book 3 in the Fireborn trilogy. So good. Great book. Great last book of a trilogy. It hit all the marks for me. Okay, 24, The Ballad of Never After. Stephanie Garber. Oh, gosh, she is really good at young adult books. And this was just a really fun book. You have some young adult books that are tense and just like stress you out. And then you have young adult books that are just enjoyable to read, just a light, fun book. And that's what this was. Okay, 25, The Art of Prophecy. This is another mentor trope fantasy book that does it really well. There's some great chosen one tropes, mentor tropes in this book that they're done like no one else has done them before. Fantastic. Okay, 26, back to Brandon Sanderson. Bastiel versus the Evil Librarians. Great part of the whole Evil Librarian franchise. I love this book. Really fun to read. 27, The Spell for Forgetting. This is the author of Fable, and I didn't really enjoy this book. This book let me down. She's a fantastic author, and she was a great skill, but she missed it with this book. Number 28, The House in the Cerulean Sea. This is another junior grade book. Fantastic, so well written, a really fun book. Really reminded me kind of reading Harry Potter. It was very fun. Number 29, Belladonna. Oh, good book. YA. Just so good. I don't know what else to say about it. Just go read it. It's fantastic. Number 30, Poster Girl. Poster Girl is Veronica Roth, Divergent. Poster Girl reminds me of Divergent. It's very dystopian. It's set in the future. And it's got, the oppressive government. It's very much like Divergent. And I really enjoyed the book. It was a good book. In fact, I bought this book for my daughter for Christmas, and I think she's going to love it. Number 31, back to Brandon Sanderson, The Lost Metal. The end of Era 2. Perfect book. Great book. I loved it. The epilogues, the way he closed this Era 2 out I lost for words. Great book. 32, Ledge. This was a spicy book, and I really enjoyed it. It's a very good book. My first spicy book, and it was great. Great world. Great characters. Great dialogue. They all had good voices. Wonderful fantasy world. I really liked it. Number 33, Saint. Oh my God, this book took me by storm. The author of The Spell for Forgetting, she went back to Fable, and there's a magical element with Fable. It was so great. Enjoyable read. And lastly, I am reading The Notorious Sorcerer right now. I'm about a third of the way through. Really good. Enjoying it. That's what I've read for the entire year. Wrapping it up. 34 books. I know that's not a lot. So that's where I'm at. Read fantasy.